Okay guys, let's continue with my breeding, my fighting fish boys and females. I do have two that's already been successfully breeded, so I'll just quickly show you that and then I'll show the rest. That's just started today. Hang on a sec. This is Phantom, and Phantom has already mated, and today he is attending his beautiful eggs that he's soon to have his babies to hatch tomorrow. So as you can see on the top, he's got some eggs that he is attending to. There are quite a few in there, so hopefully I'm hoping they will hatch tomorrow or when it's supposed to be time to hatch. So I am so grateful that it actually successfully did it, even though it was only his first time. It is hard work to be trying to breed your fighting fish, because it takes a long time to do the courtship, and even if you actually manage them to breed, to embrace each other and release the eggs doesn't necessarily mean they're going to hatch, because sometimes the male does not fertilize it, or he hasn't released his sperm. And at this stage we will just wait until my beautiful boys' eggs hatches tomorrow, so we will update on that one. And so this is a Phantom. We'll show you my other boy that successfully bred yesterday. Guys, this is my beautiful Prince Charm. I call him Prince Charm because he's such a fancy boy. He is my first born fighting fish that actually successfully bred yesterday. And again, he has some abundance of a lovely healthy bubble nest that his eggs are attached to. And I again hoping that this will hatch tomorrow and give us a lot of newborns. And I have the fish tank ready for them. I've got my bubbles, my plants, and filter. Well, I'm gonna turn off the filter because I don't want the babies to get sucked into it. So a bubble air would be just fine. And then I will also I have bought already brine shrimp eggs, which I will hatch for the firstborn to feed, and that will be a couple of days after they've hatched. So this is my beautiful boy. He is absolutely gorgeous, and again he's looking to be a very good daddy, looking after them, making sure that the eggs are in the bubble nest, not on the ground. So I'm looking at the ground. There is nothing in there that they need to pick up to put at a bubble nest. So it is going to be, I'm hoping that this will be successful. So let's go and check out my 3 other pairs that have just started today. So we'll see if they will manage to successfully breed as well. One sec. Okay guys, this is my 3rd pair. This lovely boy at the very top, he is unfortunately very small. He's got a fancy tail, cellophane. He has got another female that's the same type as him, but unfortunately she is quite big, and all my females are quite big, and it's hard to mate with a larger female because the male find it very hard to embrace himself into her. So basically she is super ready to breed, that before I even put her into the tank, released her, she squished her own eggs to come out. And unfortunately, if she does that, the eggs is not being fertilized, therefore it's not going to hatch. So I'm hoping that he will still be able to do it, or still releases his sperm in the water and manage to fertilize the eggs that she releases. So she is quite full. Unfortunately, she is a little bit big, and the others that I've got that are small are not ready to mate yet, because I have put some at least 3 females with him, and it's just not being successful. And I did choose the bigger one, and you know, she is ready, she was ready, so she squishes her own eggs to be with him. But unfortunately, without being fertilized, the eggs will not hatch. So I mean, they are trying, as you can see, they're trying to embrace, but it's just find it very hard. So I know that the rules of thumb is the male has to be bigger than the female, but at this stage I haven't got a female that's smaller and is ready. So even though she's too big, they seems to be doing all right, and you know, he will manage. And also the fact that the female is quite huge, I wanted her to release her eggs anyway, so she's not egg bound. That means she's full of eggs and she'll have a tummy ache. Although fighting fish are very clever, they will suck in their eggs and pretty much dissolve it in their body, but it is better, of course, if they release it. So I am just hoping that even though I'm not expecting a great deal of these fighting fish to have children, at least they can practice. And hopefully those little ones will grow a little bit bigger and be ready for the next time that I breed him. So this is my third pair, and I call him a Wyatt. So this is my beautiful boy Wyatt. So let's go and check out my other boy, my baby boy. He's actually mating with a red female, and she is again slightly bigger than him, but they seem to be okay. So these two, I would have loved to see their children, because two cellophane male and female, and he has absolutely fantastic shape of his fin and his tail. It's half moon male fighting fish, and again the females is the same type of him, so they will show lots of a beautiful different type. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have the same thing, because she's obviously mixed and so is him. So we'll see what type of features they will have if they do successfully have their children. So we'll check out the next pair, number 4. Let's just watch them for a little bit more. I just love the beautiful feature. Excellent feature. Come on guys, you can do it. It's kind of strange watching your fish mating. But I love the fighting fish. They just fascinate me with this fancy, very flowy skirt of tail and their half moon effect and the metallic pearlescent features on their tail. Just amazing. I mean, fighting fish are not huge, but they are quite fancy, and I just love it. Actually, my girlfriend introduced me about 4 or 5 years ago. It all started with one, then it went to 2, and then of course it got to 27 male. But now I'm back to 2 males, 1 male and female. Now I'm back to 5 males. And I'm breeding them now, because now I know how to do it. Instead of constantly buying, because they are quite expensive to buy, a pair of like these, you would have to pay about $120. So I don't have to do that, because I have my own. And hopefully in time, when I do have quite a fair bit of them, and then I can start selling myself and sharing these lovely, beautiful creatures to the world, or to those that will take care of them and enjoy them. So to get the perfect pair, it's quite hard. This would have been a perfect pair if I'd breed them a bit early when she was not so huge. Now the females become really big. It's because they were on a bigger tank compared to the boys. So really you should have the boys in a big tank so they will grow big, and have the females in slightly smaller tank. Maybe not so much females. I had 14 females in one fish tank, but they grow really big because I had 4 foot, and that's why they are quite huge. And the male was just on a 2-liter Coke bottle to grow. But we cannot put all the males because they will attack each other. This boy actually attacked his dad. I was experimenting dividing this big fish tank that I've got now into 5, and unfortunately somehow he squishes through the holes and went through and attacked his dad. And now his dad was a lot more fancier, or he's still okay, he's just healing at the moment. Much more fancier fins and tail like he is, but because the bigger the male is, the fancier the tails, it's very hard to escape because the others attack them. So now that little piece of paper has to be in my piece of leaves has to be in my way, isn't it? So just one moment, I'll take that out. Come on guys, I am back. I've just taken that leaf that was out of my way so we can continue watching my beautiful boy and girl trying to mate. Just love, love, love the shape. And come on, Wyatt, bring some love. We need some babies. Maybe not that bright. There we go. Hey, there it is. I'll figure out how to not too bright on the camera so we get to see. Now where's the female? She is over there. Come on. What are you doing in there? You're not going to mate in there. As you can see guys, she's still quite full of eggs. She's still got plenty of eggs to let out. Unfortunately, my boy, he's a little bit smaller. Anyway, let's go and check out the other two. Here is my baby boy and my beautiful red one. Now this one is quite a big one. He is one of the biggest boy. He's actually probably the biggest boy that I have. I have introduced quite a lot, at least 3 different females with him, and none of them he has successfully agreed with, or they agreed with him. But finally this red one, if you focus on them would be good. Back to the nest and see if they got any eggs yet. I'm sure they have. Let's just focus a little bit closer, because I did see some eggs dropping. Oh yeah, there is eggs up there. There we go. She has a lot more eggs to come out. She's actually quite a big one. And even though he's a bigger male, he's still having trouble embracing her. But mind you, this is their first time breeding, so they are a little bit awkward. They're not so good at it. But that's okay. Practice makes perfect, they say. That's it, come on. See that she's supposed to be upside down and he's supposed to embrace her. And somehow, not quite. Not quite, my boy. You can see her egg spot. There's eggs just hanging out there ready to burst. So this is my baby boy. He is one of the biggest. Well, there's only 2 cellophane, but he's the one that's got smaller tail but bigger body. I mean, you do want both, but I guess it gives longer body, smaller tail. So this is my number 4 pairs, and my number 5, which is Trident, is also already mating. So today there's 3 pairs that's mating, 2 yesterday, and I will just show you my other boy. Just next door is Trident, and he has a cellophane female, and they have been mating for a little while. So let's see with their eggs. There you go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at that. You see that, guys? That spot with the circle, that's so clear, but sort of you know, you can see that there is eggs in the bubbles, the bubble nest. But they have heaps more coming up because they are not finished yet. So let's watch them for a little bit. Come on, Trident, pick up the eggs on the ground. Usually the male is supposed to pick up the eggs, not the female. But he seems to be letting the female do all the work. Come on, boy. Do your bit. Now he's a good size, so he'll... Again, the female is bigger. Unfortunately, they have grown much more quicker than the male, so I really should put the male on a bigger fish tank. So next time they will mate, they will be bigger, and I'll transfer the females to the small ones so they stay the way they are. We don't want them to go bigger, any more bigger than that. There it is. You see the eggs, guys? Oh, look at that lovely eggs. Woo, coming down, coming down. Come on, boy, come down, get them. Oh, well, I suppose he's making bubbles, so she's collecting the eggs while he's making more bubbles. Alright, I'll forgive you. So guys, these are my beautiful girls and boys mating for the first time. I'm going to just stop now, and then we'll continue updating later on how they're going with their mating. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my uploads, not only just fighting fish but my plants and everyday things that we do. Of course, at the moment I'm focusing on my fighting fish because, well, that's my topic at the moment. Breeding my first born fighting fish, so you'll be able to see their updates. So now they're just mating. In a couple of days they'll have some young babies, which I will show you. See, unfortunately he's not quite hugging her, but it's okay. She's still releasing the eggs, and I'm hoping he's also releasing his sperm, so the eggs at the same time being fertilized. Because there's no point having so many eggs and not being fertilized. They won't hatch anyway. But that's how they do it. You introduce the male or the female to the male in a separate container, or I do the shot glass or a small wine glass within the mating tank, so they can introduce each other. And then as you see them swimming next like an S shape or agreeing to be mating, then you release the females, and it just depends on how well they are ready. They could mate right away, or they can do the whole chasing game where he attacks the females a little bit, but if he gets too aggressive you take the female out because she will get hurt, and you don't want that. And usually the best way really is to have a fish tank a bigger size than this, the mating section with the plant, so the female can hide. But I have introduced them longer but separately, so when they are ready to be together, they are ready to embrace. I didn't want them to do the whole attacking thing, chasing, so I have put her away. And plus they were growing in the same tank with the male being separated, so they have already known each other. So that's why the females has made plenty of eggs. When the female sees the male, they're also making eggs. So yeah, and you can breed the females once a month, but I do have a lot of females, so I won't be mating them for another couple months, the one that I've already breed, to let the other females have a breeding. So you can mate the male every 2 weeks if you want, as long as they're healthy, or even every week if they want to, with a different female, not the same one, because at least it takes 1 month to ovulate to make more eggs. So yes, so guys, this is my first attempt. I hope you enjoy watching my YouTube upload on my fighting fish first time mating for my 5 boys. Keep out for the updates of their breeding. Hopefully next time it'll be finished, and then they will be attending to all their beautiful eggs. So thanks for watching. See you in the next upload.